Hello, Crypto Empire, and welcome back to yet another Sunday live stream. My name is Connor. I am your host, and this, of course, is where we dominate the crypto market. I hope everybody is having a great weekend so far. Thank you for coming promptly on time to this live stream because this is going to be a jam-packed, very fun live stream as we go through the data, go through the analysis, and prepare for what is going to happen next here in the midst of this cryptocurrency bear market. Before we do get started, I want to welcome everybody to today's live stream. If you're just getting in right now, be sure to smash that like button. And if you're brand new to Crypto Empire and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below, of course, and turn on all the notifications so that you don't miss any future videos. Big shout out to everybody in the live chat today. We have Dre, we have Cryptoverse Explorer saying what's going on, man. Good to see you. Good to see you as well here. Thank you for the support here in the stream. We got McNaz96 saying good afternoon, everybody. We have Linda Wetton saying good evening, Connor. Thanks for the updates. Always happy to share the updates, Linda. And we also have Sophie saying hi. We got Rigoberto. We got Leonard saying excited. Let's go. Let's get right into it. Let's get down to business. Let's start things off, of course, with our crypto market overview. Also, big shout out to Amsterdam saying hi, Connor. So happy I can catch you live from the Netherlands. I'm happy that you can catch me live as well. Appreciate you being here, and shout out to the global audience here at Crypto Empire. We have supporters all around the world tuning in right now for this live stream. So let's cut right to the chase with our crypto market overview. And big shout out to Daniel C. tuning in live from Houston right now, Houston, Texas. So looking at the overall crypto market cap, Bitcoin trading at $18,955. Still at the same exact level for a few days now, and a big breakout is on the horizon. What we're seeing right now, we'll get to this technical analysis, but what we're seeing right now is compression, very narrow price action here. This will lead to expansion, either up or down. We will find out when we go over the technical analysis section of this live stream. But just know that a big move is coming right now. Price is compressing, volatility is dropping, volume is very, very low right now. So this is going to lead to a major breakout, most likely around the Sunday close today, the weekly candle close. So a lot of exciting things to look forward to here in the immediate short term. We have Ethereum trading for $1,293. I want to go over Ethereum today as well because it's at a major level, and if it loses the level, we could be headed back down to the lows of the bear market. Also in the top 10, we have BNB. We have XRP at 50 cents right now. XRP, this 50-cent level is very important that it does hold as support. Of course, we'll be looking at XRP again in today's stream. And then our top 10 relatively unchanged. Solana just under 33. Then we have Doge, Polkadot, and SHIB. All right, if we look at today's top gainers, we have TKX up 7.6%, up 31% on the week. All right, so this thing has been at the top gainer, like the top gainer every single time I open up this page. So a lot of big things happening with TKX. We'll see if that does continue. Then we have Cosmos, of course. The Cosmoverse conference is happening right now in Medellin, Colombia, and tomorrow they're going to be announcing the updated Atom 2.0 tokenomics. So this is going to be major. This is going to be big. I would expect some kind of reaction to this news, and I'll be looking at the Atom chart in just a little bit. And then we have Algo at 3.5%, and other than that, not a lot of huge gainers. Everything pretty much flat. Looking at the losers, we have the Lunas, Loon C and regular Luna, both down around 10%, so not looking hot at all. And then everything else relatively unchanged, right? Evmos minus 6%, BCH minus 5%. Everything is waiting right now on the king, on Bitcoin. So with that being said, let's hop into the Bitcoin technical analysis section and really go over what the most important things are. Before I do that, big shout out to Schwim saying, hi, Connor, I'm looking forward to this live stream. I'm glad you are, Schwim. If you're just tuning in right now, be sure to smash that like button down below. Good to see you here in the live chat. And we have Dave saying, happy Sunday, Connor. Happy Sunday indeed. Let's get right into the Bitcoin technical analysis right now. So looking at Bitcoin on the daily price chart, as I have been stating in all of my recent videos, this is a major support level down here just below $19,000. Why, you may ask? Well, let's go bump this out to a monthly chart. And of course, if we look to the left on the monthly, we are going to be able to see, if we go to this chart, we're going to be able to see that price is still using that previous all-time high from 2017 as its current support level. All right, this is continuing to hold. However, it's not going to hold forever, okay? I do expect this level to break over here, and we will probably, I can say with around an 80 to 90% degree of certainty. Of course, everything in the market is based off of probabilities. So I would say there's around 80 to 90% that we lose this level here, and we go ahead and make new lows. To me, the bear market bottom is going to be somewhere between $14,000 and $16,000. All right, so this level right now continuing to hold. And if we look at the volume, right, the monthly volume is definitely not as high as it usually is in the bull market, okay? This is very clear, right? We have huge volume spikes. So we're in a quiet period. We're in the bear market. If we zoom this back into a daily, on the daily chart, we get a better picture of the overall consolidation here, right? The high of the consolidation is up here around $25,000 and the low is $17,500. So for the last over 3 months, just over 3 months now, 100 days, we have been in this sideways consolidation range. Now price is at the bottom of this, okay? It's at the bottom of the range here, just below $19,000. This is going to break out soon, either up or down, all right? And we will most likely have the direction in a few hours at this weekly candle close. Which direction is it going to go? Truthfully, nobody knows, right? The volume is so low right now. Look at this daily volume bar. The volume is so low right now that all it takes is one big player to come in here, either sell a bunch or buy a bunch, and he can literally determine the direction of the market. That's the thing with the bear market and low volume. The whales really do have that control to go ahead and dictate what does happen, all right? So in terms of my positions right now, I am flat. I am waiting for a direction here before I go ahead and make some more trades. All right, but that's our overall macro analysis on Bitcoin. Still over here at support. Now, if we go to Bitcoin dominance, we can go ahead and see that Bitcoin dominance right now is at 40.5%. So still low. This is not making higher highs. So low Bitcoin dominance means it's still very favorable for altcoins as it does stand at the moment. Also, you need to be paying attention to the stock market because it's looking very shaky. Very, very shaky. If we go to the daily chart on the stock market, we can go ahead and see that price is at the bottom support levels as well. All right, so if these are lost, I would expect stocks to go ahead and start making lower lows. And being that Bitcoin, that cryptocurrency, is highly correlated to stocks, it's not going to be good if stocks do go ahead and lose this level. Again, if we look at this weekly candle, the past 2 weeks, bearish engulfing at this lower support, high volume selling into the support level. It looks very, very weak here. All right, so a lot of charts like XRP, for example, RSR reserve rights, they look really good, but we need to err with caution here. We need to definitely stay on the cautious side because if I had to pick, I would say the direction is down, okay? Right, it's obvious here. The charts are telling us they want to go lower, high volume selling into major supports. This is the lowest low of the stock market so far in a long time, right? So we are going to definitely have a big test here this upcoming week. And if stocks lose the support level, we are headed lower and we will probably bottom out for the bear market in Bitcoin. So now is the time when you really need to be tapped into the market, when you need to be paying attention, because the real bottom could just be a quick wick, 1-2 days. So if you're off doing something else, not paying attention to crypto, you're going to miss the generational buying opportunity. I don't want that to happen. Now is the time where you got to be locked in and paying attention to what's going to happen here, because now is the time to really set yourself up for that next bull market that we all know is coming. We're going to be printing millions on altcoins again, right? Altcoins are the same hype will come back into the market again. All right, so again, now is the time. We don't want to be the buyers when all the frenzy and hysteria and hype is in the market 2 years from now. We want to be the guys that paid attention all throughout the bear market, went ahead and made our dollar cost average, stuck to our plan, and then when all the hype, all the retail mania comes back into the market, we're sitting on our bags and we can just sell it to them, right? We buy low and we sell it high. Retail does the opposite. So now is the time we need to be dialed, locked in, paying attention, because we're going to bottom out soon here. And this could be a big upcoming week, especially Monday the 26th. Very important date. Let me go ahead and catch up with the live chat, see what's going on. We got Carnage Champion saying like button is smashed. Good to see you, Carnage Champion. Appreciate your support. We got Adrian Kenton here with us today. We got Trucker Steve saying hi, everyone. The Trucker Steve, it's been a while since catching you live. Regardless, always here, smashing that like button. Your knowledge and analysis is second to none. Big shout out to Steve Sabat, Trucker Steve. Thank you for your support. Keep on trucking, my man. We got Dev saying, loving these TAs, brother. One of the most underrated crypto channels. Thank you for keeping updated every day. My pleasure. I appreciate your support, Dev. We got Dre in the chat. We also have Moby Sage with us today. Moby Sage saying, hey, Emperor. Hey, Connor. Happy Sunday. May the gains be with you. Appreciate that, Moby. And we got Kevin James saying, thanks for sharing your thoughts and energy. Kevin, always happy to share with my community here, my subscribers right here at Crypto Empire on YouTube. Thank you for being here. All right, so back to Bitcoin on the weekly chart again. This weekly candle close is about to close above this line I have at $18,800. All right, but it's still the lowest weekly candle close so far in this bear market. Looking weak, looking shaky. We need to err with caution as it does stand right now. Now, if we look at Ethereum, head on over to the Ethereum chart, currently just underneath $1,300. I want to drop this down to even an hourly chart. If we look in the really smaller time frames here in the hourly. So again, all my subscribers know that all of my lines, everything I have in my chart is there for a reason, right? So we have this green shaded box, and the lower end of this green shaded box right now is holding, right? We're seeing these candles close right at the level. Below this is $1,280. All right, this is the most important level on Ethereum in quite a while, actually. Over here, 1280, really this red box, but it starts at around 1285. But just know that this is a main support level. And if price does go ahead and lose 1280, we are coming right down here to test the lows at around $1,220. From there, all right, so how it's going to look, right? We come down to 1280. If we can hold it and push off of it, that's great. But if we do come down here to 1280 and we lose it, we lose the support level, we're going to come down and we're going to test the bottom. If the bottom doesn't hold, we are headed right to 1050. Right, it's going to be quick. It's going to be a quick sell-off. So if I go to the daily again, you can see down here, my line at 1050. It's actually this chart right here. We got our line at 1050. Put it right at 1050 so there's no confusion. So yes, if 1280 does not hold, we are going to go ahead and start testing these lows down here on ETH. Bitcoin, of course, looks a little bit different right now, different looking chart, but it's the same exact concept, holding on to a very critical support level. All right, so that's our bearish scenario. If we do see a push up from these levels, that's very encouraging. But the way things look right now, any pump we get is a pump to be faded. If you don't know what to fade a pump means, it means basically you short the rally. All right, you don't trust the rally, you think it's going to break down, so you fade the rally. So on Bitcoin, highest we go, if we do somehow manage to break out from here, highest we go is going to be at this level. Let's go to a daily chart. So highest we go, I believe, is going to be up here at around $20,500 to $21,000. Reason I say that is it's called inefficiencies, right? We have not filled this inefficiency in the market. Basically, we went ahead and we crashed. We consolidated. You can call this a bear flag, of course, right? You can go ahead and draw your flag, and it went ahead and broke down from the bear flag. But from this consolidation, this established a support level, okay? And then price sliced through it like butter, went ahead, dropped lower, ran right through that level without any resistance, dropped right back down through it. So there has not been a proper retest of this level here at $20,500 to $21K. So if we do manage to actually pump from here, this is where I'm going to short. Right here at $20,500 to $21,000. This is our level to short here on BTC. If we do get a bounce from the support level down here at 19K, right? Expect price to come up here, face resistance, get rejected, and come back down, test the lows, and then break down, then head down lower to $16,000. That's my analysis. I am bearish. I'm very bearish right now in the market, actually. Despite having coins like Ripple XRP going ahead and breaking out of its major longer-term weekly, monthly trend lines. Right here we have XRP going ahead and it's in consolidation right now. As we can see, it is printing the symmetrical triangle. And if we go to the daily price chart, price broke out of the range above 45.46 cents. So as I stated in yesterday's video, if we do break down and we hold 45 cents as support, that's very good. That means XRP can actually go ahead, form a bottom here, form a base, and then go ahead and start launching up higher. However, if we break down and 45 cents is lost, it's coming right back into the range. All right, this pump is pure speculation, this XRP pump. There has been no announcements about the lawsuit. Nobody knows what's going to happen here. It is simply people taking a bet, right? Gambling is way up right now. Of course, we are in a bit of a recession worldwide, globally. And when times get tough, people like to gamble more, right? Because they think, oh, whatever. 20 bucks, 100 bucks, whatever, I'll gamble it. If I win, great. If I lose, no big deal, right? Because they get more kind of desperate. All right, so when we're seeing an increase in gambling across all spectrums, especially with professional sports, and now we're seeing it in crypto. All right, we're seeing people taking a gamble on XRP in anticipation that it's going to continue to push up higher here. All right, and what I just said is very important if you were paying attention, right? We're in a bit of a recession right now. Gambling is up universally. I believe this is going to lead to a major crypto bull run, right? The hype will come back into the market. And like I said earlier in the stream, we will be printing with altcoins again. All right, of course, if you want to print millions with your altcoins, you're going to have to start with a higher amount of capital. 10K, 100X is going to turn into $1 million, right? But if you only have, I don't know how much, like a few $1,000, then, you know, don't expect to print millions, but you can still significantly change your financial life, right? If you catch some good pumps with some low starting capital, you're going to have to take more risk. That's just how it is, right? If you have more capital, you can just buy Ethereum, right? If Ethereum goes 5x, 10x, and you already have, say, $5 million, right? You're multiplying millions of dollars. But if you have way less capital, you're going to want to go for higher beta assets to Ethereum like altcoins, whereas you can get a better return than a 5 to 10x. Very simple. I shouldn't have to explain that too much. I have a very educated audience here. They should all understand what I just said. Regardless, good times are coming, but we got to stick through this now. And like I said, we are approaching the bottom of the bear market. So if you're not paying attention right now, you're really going to regret that later on. But if you're watching this stream, of course, you're dialed in, tapped in, paying attention to everything that's going on. So you will be the one to profit at the end of this. Let's see what's happening with our live chat today. Let's catch up very quickly. We got Daria saying, hello, Connor. What's happening, Daria? How are you? We got Mignaz saying, do you think the bottom will come before or after the midterms? Tough to say. Really tough to say. Let's see. Maybe if I had to guess, I would say before. I'm quite bearish on the market, being that everything is at its lower support levels. So I think we could be seeing some action very soon. Good question, McNaz. Pure speculation. We got Ghost saying 50 viewers, only 25 likes. Come on, guys. Let's get this 1-to-1 ratio. Ghost, you read my mind. Let's get this to a 1-to-1 ratio right now. Smash up that like button for everybody watching this live stream live right now. Smash it up. I appreciate your support for the YouTube algorithm, of course. Get this stream out to more people so that more people learn about cryptocurrency, are more educated, and it's just better overall for the entire crypto space. So I would appreciate if you smashed up that like button on the stream right now. We got Ala saying, let's go. What's happening, Ala? Good to see you here in the live stream. We got Kevin James talking about Pirate Chain and Monero or CBDCs in 2023. The public must choose if they want slavery or freedom, in my opinion. Very good point, Kevin James, right? A lot of talks about the CBDCs. And we have coins like XRP, of course, heavily tied to that narrative. And personally, I think that it would be a brutal existence in reality if coins like XRP were the ones that were used for global payments across the world, right? Because you don't have full control of your money anymore. despite how they might make it seem right now, how their sales pitches are, it's going to be super, super bad. So that's why I'm a proponent of the privacy coins like Monero, like Pirate Chain. But if we look at another one like Quant, of course, also heavily tied to the CBDC narrative. Quant is also performing very well, just like XRP right now. Quant went ahead and broke out above 111. 111 was a major resistance level on the chart here. And as you can see on the daily, price went ahead and broke out yesterday and is now looking for continuation up higher. This is a supply zone up here, a daily supply level at 125. And price is having a hard time getting through this daily supply level as it stands. As we can see, price wicking right into the supply level. Now going for another crack at it. High volume, a lot of selling in here. But yes, Quant, XRP, the banker coins, the CBDC coins are the only ones right now that are really kind of bullish, that are pumping, that are increasing in value while everything else is flat. Right, Bitcoin is flat, Ethereum flat, Monero flat, but Quant right now looks like it's about to test this major trend line. Was rejected several times. I will point it out to you if you can't see it. Right, rejection here, rejection here, rejection here. Coming up for another test right now. If we get a breakout on the daily, it's going to be a big breakout. Okay, so have your eyes on Quant. Could actually push up higher here, but of course also some daily trend line as resistance. So that could also very well hold. Now, if we look at Monero XMR, Monero still at 140. It's been really going sideways. Looks like we got a bit of a wedge playing out in the charts. This is bullish. Okay, this is a bullish formation here. This falling wedge on XMR. Main thing with Monero is, of course, the Bitcoin pair. Just marching out, broke out of this 5-year bear market. This is extremely bullish, okay, that it's outperforming Bitcoin. Since the lows earlier in this year, it's up well over 2x, right? From the lows, it's up about 2x, I should say. My mistake. But anyway, 2x is still very good versus Bitcoin on the year so far. It's heavily outperforming Bitcoin by 100%. Of course, XRP, if we go to the XRP Bitcoin chart, I mean, also doing very good this year against Bitcoin, right? XRP also doubled versus Bitcoin this year. So we are seeing Bitcoin have a backseat to these alts, and alts are just smashing. They're just smashing Bitcoin, right? So a lot of the Bitcoin maximalists are very upset because they're seeing all these altcoins perform better than BTC. But of course, they have the longer term time preference, and they think that everything will flow back into BTC at the end. Now, my personal opinion is I'm heavily exposed to altcoins because they offer me a greater return. But of course, I have Bitcoin that I will never sell, never touch. Right? I think that's a good safety procedure to have. But if you're after big returns in crypto, Bitcoin's not going to really give it to you. Bitcoin's more of a security presence, right? To keep your portfolio, keep your money secure and safe in case things go down, more of a store of value. But good point, Kevin James, talking about the privacy coin narratives. Definitely some big stuff coming next year in 2023. It's quite dark. It really is pretty dark. But hey, we're here, we're alive, we're going to live through it, and we're going to make the best of the situation that we can. That's all we can do. Carnage Champion saying, thank you. I expect another drop after this has become boring. That will be the true bear market bottom. We're on the same page right there, Carnage. I agree with you. Cryptoverse Explorer saying, Connor, how can you be so sure about the next bull when macro looks really bad? Inflation is going crazy globally. Fed isn't really going to pivot anytime soon, in my opinion. Europe is going through an energy crisis. Well, I'm Cryptoverse Explorer, good point, but I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow. I'm saying it's going to happen probably in 2024, right? Another 2 years. I'm okay with waiting 2 years. But yeah, we have a miscommunication about my time preference, right? I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, the next bull run, but it will come back again, all right? The market always moves in cycles. Everybody thought the world was ending in 2020 and 2021. We're fine now. Things will continue to go on. Life goes on. There will be another flip. The Fed will pivot eventually, and we'll get another bull market. But like I said, it's not going to happen tomorrow, next week, or next month. It's going to take some time. But I am sure it will come back, yes. We got Moby Sage saying this bear market is like the third round in an MMA fight and we're bloodied, knocked down, but if we get up and push through, we will KO this bear. I love that analogy, Moby. Very good point. Yes, we cannot give up. We got to keep on coming at the opponent, at the op, and attack them. That's how we do it. Cryptoverse Explorer, very bearish. I'm very bearish on the macro too, Cryptoverse Explorer. Don't get it mistaken. That's why I just said here in the short term, right, where things are looking super ugly, super bearish right now. But yeah. Lucas talking about Loon C. Loon C looks like it's headed for destruction currently. Epic parabolic run. Now it's obviously going ahead, and this is the last kind of major support level, and it looks like it's going to break down at this lower wick here. Obviously, we played the flag on the way up good, right? We played this bull flag, hit the measure move price target, but now it's coming down, taking the elevator down, took the elevator up, right? Elevator up there. Now it's taking the elevator down. Just I wouldn't touch this. If anything, look for shorts, right? Because I'm quite bearish on Loon C. Look for shorts at this point. Yeah. So it's crypto's biggest meme coin, right? Meme coins can have good pumps like this in a bear market, and they'll have good pumps again in a bull market, but they'll also get crushed when things don't go well in a bear market. So meme coins, super high risk. Never put any money into meme coins like that you can or can't afford to lose. Got a lot of requests for a lot of altcoins. Lots of requests today. We'll get into all these in just a little bit of time. Before we do that, let's go ahead and move on to our Twitter wisdom, today's live stream. Today we're going to be talking about something very interesting that I saw on Twitter. We have this person, this woman, talking about reversible transactions on Ethereum. So she is a Stanford researcher on blockchain. She previously worked at Robinhood, so that should tell you a lot, right? But she wants to introduce a new Ethereum token that will allow reversible transactions, right? So that means the Ethereum ERC 20s and the ERC 721s, where the NFTs are going to stay, but she wants to introduce another type of token that has reversible transactions. And this was heavily scrutinized. I'm not going to really go into this too deep, but the whole point of a blockchain is to have irreversible transactions, a public ledger that is always there. So this totally defeats the point of blockchain technology, right? It's supposed to be irreversible. And if we go to a reversible transaction type, we're going to end up in the same debacle that we have right now with the fiat money system. All right, so anything you hear about this, my stance on it, not a good thing at all. Transactions should not be reversible on the blockchain. We also have Kevin O'Leary saying that NFTs are going to be bigger than Bitcoin. And yes, everything is going to become an NFT, from the deed to your house, your driver's license, your identity, right? They've already gone mainstream with things like the Bored Ape Yacht Club and all the celebrities pushing them. By the way, I don't think that's a coincidence. But yes, NFTs are going to be huge. They will come back, and here at Crypto Empire, we will be covering them. So if you're into NFTs, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss the next big one. All right, we did very well with NFTs during that last bull market, and we will continue to do well into the future. All right, not a lot of stuff there's really nothing good on Twitter nowadays anyway, right? I got to tweet myself if I want to see some good stuff. So that's our Twitter wisdom for today. Let us go ahead and move on and get into the fun stuff. Let's start charting some altcoins and looking for trading opportunities. Let's get into it. We got Flat Smack saying the lower we go, the more bullish we get. Absolutely. The better the risk reward gets as well, the lower that we go. I agree with you, Flat Smack. Rigoberto saying so much alpha here. If you agree, smash that like button with some fireworks. Absolutely smash up that like button right now. Flat Smack saying the macro environment has made me very bullish on Bitcoin. I haven't been this bullish in a very long time. Absolutely, sir. Alice saying Ethereum's problem is governance, which is highlighted more with the merge. Yes, Ethereum has a big governance problem. We got the Blue Wizard asking us about Chainlink. Yes, sir. Let's look at Link. Link is a coin I have been tracking a lot recently. It's been moving, right? Link has been moving big time. As we can see, Link went ahead. If we go to the weekly chart again, I showed this in yesterday's video, but I'll show it again. Link on the weekly, this is the log scale. We can go ahead and see that Link is testing this major weekly trend line, going for a breakout. Interesting. Technically right now above the line, but it really has not broken and made higher highs. We need to see Link go ahead and make higher highs here. Go to this 4-hour chart. All right, we have our high over here at 830. Price getting rejected from $8 as it stands. Blue Wizard, can you check out Link on the 4-hour and tell me what you were seeing? Is that a triple top or head and shoulders I am seeing, or what? Yeah, good point. What are you seeing right now? Well, yeah, you're seeing a rejection of resistance is all it is. Okay, we have not even resistance. We'll call it a supply level because it is a supply zone. As you can see, what do we have? We have a huge base drop supply level. And what we're seeing now is price trying to burst through this little pocket of liquidity, this level of supply here. Okay, it's funny, I have my supply and demand video on YouTube. I still get comments to this day about how much it's helped people out, right? I had one gentleman commenting on that video yesterday saying he made like 40% in a trade and 20%, you know, that same night watching the video. So watch my supply and demand videos if you haven't already, completely free, and it will up level your trading big time. Anyway, right here on Link, price, what are you seeing? You were seeing it get rejected from supply multiple times. Now, the more times that a zone gets tested, the weaker it becomes. Okay, so if price sticks around and it actually holds the support level above 775, right? If it can continue to hold this support level, it will crack through this. As I shared in yesterday's video, Link right now looks very similar to XRP on the higher time frames before it broke out. But the way Bitcoin looks right now, I'm bearish, okay? So I would not advise longing Link because Bitcoin will bring it down if it breaks down here. And I think Bitcoin is on the verge of a big breakdown. All right, so that would mean that this supply level would actually continue to hold. Now, just for educational purposes, I want to go through what a breakout of a major supply level actually looks like for everybody watching in the audience today. Because here at Crypto Empire, of course, I am about education and teaching people how to trade. So keep this picture in your mind, right, of this supply level and these multiple tests. I'm going to show you what a breakout looks like from one of these major supply levels. And to do that, we're going to go ahead and look at KuCoin from over here in the last run. Now, I still have it marked on my chart here. Okay, you can see the numbers I have. I have 1, I have 2, and I have 3. So this is what a breakout of a major supply level looks like. As you can see, you outline the level in red. One test here, rejection, hard rejection from that supply level. Price goes ahead and makes a double bottom right back to that supply level. What do we have again? Major rejection. Okay, but like I said, each time that the level gets tested, the stronger it actually becomes. Again, we had that third test of the supply zone, major rejection on KuCoin last year, right? The reason I'm showing you this is because I remember it happening like yesterday, and I called the breakout because I was paying attention to it, right? Trading really is not hard if you pay attention. You just have to be on top of it. You need to stay consistent and watch it every single day. And then what happened on KuCoin on the fourth attempt, broke out, and from that breakout, price went ahead and it ran around 94%. Okay, so that's why I showed Link in yesterday's YouTube video, because I see a similar type of thing playing out here on Chainlink. Obviously, this is more condensed than that KuCoin chart, but it's the same exact concept, right? Each time price tests the level, gets rejected, eventually it's going to break out, and it's going to break out hard. Where do I see Link going when it does actually break out? Listen, like I just said, I'm bearish, right? I'm bearish, so I do expect this to hold for now, but that next attempt, it could be a month from now. $13 is the hot spot. $13 is the hot spot. And again, that's this resistance level here on Link. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing personally. And really $8, 8.25, 8.30 is your breakout level, and then 9.50, and after that it's clear skies until 12. Okay? So that's what we're seeing on Chainlink right now. If we break it down, we're coming right back down sub 7. 670, and then here $5, $6 is what's going to hold as support. Listen, if we see sub $5 link, we are right back to where we started at the beginning of the last bull market. So exciting times to accumulate. But yes, watching this one closely because it's at such a critical point on the chart. It can go either way. But the trend is your friend until the end. Trend has not confirmed flip to bullish yet. It's still bearish. So being that the trend is your friend until the very end, we expect the trend to continue down lower. Good question though, Blue Wizard. Moby Sage asking, can you go through Juno and see where the bottom support could be, please? Yeah, we most certainly can. So Juno doesn't have a lot of data, but the bottom support, Moby, if it doesn't make new lows, is going to be at $2.40. Now, if it does make new lows, 85 cents. A little quick TA for you. $2 to $2.40. If that breaks, we're going to 85 on Juno. All right, we got FTM. Let's look at Phantom FTM. Thank you, Dre, for pointing that out. Let's check it out. Okay, so FTM, as we can see, FTM not at all my favorite altcoin or one of my favorites. I have this circle, this hole drawn on my chart. I expect the hole to get filled at around 13 cents on Phantom, currently trading at 22. Now on our daily price chart, as you can see, we have our supply zone outlined. And again, there's multiple ways to draw supply zones. You can draw them from body to wick, or you can also draw them from wick to wick. So if we draw this supply zone from wick to wick, as I just did here, I adjusted it lower. These wicks went ahead and tested the supply zone, and then we got rejected. Very simple. In a downtrend, supply zones are expected to hold, and you want to see price. You want to short in supply zones. All right, so FTM, similar to Bitcoin, it's at its low support level, right? Its overall bear market low support level. And it's holding on for dear life on low volume here. As you can see, holding on for dear life to this lower support level. So if Bitcoin breaks down here, again, I'm bearish. I'm expecting, a pretty bloody week this week. I'm expecting Bitcoin to lose 18.5, test 17.5, possibly lose that as well. If that happens, altcoins will get crushed. And yeah, I would expect the hole to get filled on Phantom. I would expect these lows to break. The lowest point right here is 19.5 cents. I would expect these lows to break and see price go ahead and fill the hole here from 15 to 10 cents. That's my Phantom analysis. If it does want to push up higher, obviously major resistance at the supply zone starting at 28 cents. Okay? So again, if you wanted to play this long, which I wouldn't advise, but just to show you what it would look like, you want to put your stop beneath the wicks. And the risk reward isn't great. It's a 1.2 to the supply zone. So it's not great. If you wanted to play it short on the breakdown of this level, which is quite high risk, really. We got to go to a lower time frame. Still risking 14%. Okay, so FTM, not at all my favorite. But that's our analysis on it today. DHTCCHK asking, any gaming coins you recommend before FIFA? Well, listen, Chiliz CHZ is a coin that I've covered a lot here on the channel. Chiliz is the pro sports kind of gaming coin, right? They are affiliated with, FIFA, with the major soccer teams, with the NFL, with the NBA. Chiliz is the sports crypto, and it's been performing very, very well in this bear market. It's been one of the strongest coins. All right, so Chiliz is definitely, a very solid fundamental altcoin. They now have their own blockchain as well, which is good. And if we look at the Chiliz chart, right at one of my major levels, okay, at 27 cents, cannot break through just yet. But Chiliz has been a major outlier, right? Chiliz is a major outlier compared to the rest of the market, because as we just saw on Phantom, as we see on Bitcoin, as we see in Ethereum, those charts are down here at their low support levels of the bear market. Coins like Chiliz are well off of those lows, right? From the lows of the bear market on Chiliz, it's up 211%. And also, if we look at Chiliz versus Bitcoin, it's crushing Bitcoin this year, demolishing Bitcoin this year, Chiliz. Versus Bitcoin, it's up almost 300%. That's not even from the lows. From the absolute lows, I'd probably say it's up 300%, 337%, okay? So Chiliz definitely is a recommendation before FIFA to answer your question, DHTCCHK. X Shadow Media saying, what's the most undervalued crypto for you in terms of fundamentals? Dre saying Monero XMR. For sure, Monero is undervalued when it comes to its fundamentals. Monero is a sleeping giant, right? It's the only kind of digital cash that makes sense because it's private. Monero for sure I would say is undervalued. If you want to go more in the speculation pool, more in the speculation side, in terms of undervalued cryptocurrencies, we have ones like Thorchain Rune. Rune is definitely another top bear market pick for me. If you don't know what Thorchain does, it is a decentralized permissionless exchange where I can sell coins like Bitcoin into Monero. I can sell coins like Ethereum into Bitcoin, all on a decentralized exchange without ever giving any personal information. It's all done on the blockchain. So as we see the centralized exchanges continuing to crack down, continuing to make things more difficult, there's always going to be Thorchain and the Thorchain decentralized exchange there to let us trade whatever we want. All right, so Thorchain Rune, another one that I really like. This thing is definitely heavily undervalued right now at 160. It can certainly drop lower. As you can see, I have this zone here from $1.10 to 60 cents. This is the big hole to fill on Rune, but definitely an undervalued crypto. Those are two right there. Obviously, ones like RSR. Mainnet for RSR expected to launch on October 10th. That's why we're seeing this major run up to the top of the range on reserve rights. And this could pull an XRP here. And where would I expect this to go? Well, there is supply. I don't think it'll make it to 2 cents. Personally, I see RSR at around 1.5 topping out where this wick is. If it can break out here. Still a bear market, but you can still pull off a 100% gain. I was talking about RSR down here in this basing pattern. All right, I let everybody know right here on YouTube in my videos that I was buying it down here at 0.006, all on the channel. So even from those buys, we're up 40%. If we make it to the supply level, we can catch a 2x in a bear market. We take those all day. Let's go ahead and catch up with the chat some more. Immutable public ledgers and irreversible transactions don't seem to be in conflict for me. You can always record the reverse transaction too, but I don't know how much the blockchain technology. Interesting point there. Gary Peace. You guys are talking about the reversible Ethereum transactions. Yeah, I mean, there's a time and place for everything. Right, but still, the point of a blockchain is to have irreversible transactions. Woody is saying, glad to have made the live stream. It's been a minute. Good to see you here, Woody. We have Reverend Flashback saying, hi, Connor. How are you doing? I'm doing amazing. Thank you for asking how I'm doing. I hope you're doing well as well and enjoying the stream so far. We got Schwim saying, is Syscoin a good buy for the next bull run? So Syscoin got very popular because of that ZK roll-up narrative that gained a ton of popularity at the peak of the last bull market in November and December. This is when Syscoin started to blow up. Now, Syscoin's a very solid project, right? It's a solid blockchain. Is it a good pick? It's certainly very speculative. It's certainly very, very speculative. And if we look at this chart, chart looks pretty good. Why do I say it looks pretty good? Because it's been basing for like 4 months. It's a sleeper. We like the sleepers. Reason we like the sleepers is nobody's paying attention to them. Right, so this has been now going sideways, basing at the bottom for 135 days. That's what we like. That's what we like to see, a nice basing pattern like this. Bottom of our range at 12 cents. High of our range, we got one at 20, and then we have this supply level on SYS here at 25 to 30 cents. Okay, so is it a good pick? Certainly high risk. I think that it will, if we look at its all-time high over here, all-time high at $1.33 on this chart. So even just from current price, if it wants to go ahead and test those highs again, you still got 560%. Not my first coin pick, but it's not the worst either, Syscoin. That's my stance on it. Good question, whoever asked that. Schwim. We got H. Roddy 55 saying, can you provide any financial advice or tips? What are your plans in this market? So no, I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot provide any financial advice or tips technically. But my stance, my plans on this market is I'm bearish right now. With everything at its major critical support levels, I'm expecting some blood in the streets. Okay, so my plan is to basically go ahead and wait for the market to confirm that. Then I'll go ahead, look for shorts, and also be making my long-term portfolio purchases, because I have a trading account, trading portfolio, while I also have a longer term investment portfolio. Okay, so I'm active in my trading, but of course I'm in a lot of cash in that longer term investment portfolio waiting for lower prices. That's what I'm doing, not financial advice, but I hope that helps. H. Roddy 55. We have E&M saying busy stream today. Certainly very busy. If you guys are enjoying it, smash up that like button right now. We got the Silva Dollar saying, my brother, what's poppin'? What is happening, the Silva Dollar? Good to see you here in the live stream. X Shadow Media saying, didn't know about Rune, but it sounds super solid. We'll definitely do some research. Yeah, most certainly. You should certainly look into Thorchain with what they're building. If they pull it off, it's going to be like one of the biggest projects in crypto. They've gotten hacked 3 times. They come back stronger every single time. Nobody's lost money from the hacks because the developers and the founders actually care. They're actually building something of real value. Look into it if you haven't heard of it before. Definitely one of the top coins on the bear market watch list. Amster Cam saying, if you think 14 to 15K is the bottom for Bitcoin, how low do you see ETH and Cardano going? What do you say to those predicting much longer recession / bear market, like 2 years or more? Well, let's answer that question in chunks because there's multiple components to that question. So if Bitcoin goes to 14, 15, we'll start with ETH. Where is ETH going? We know 880 right now is the bear market low. I don't have to look at a chart to tell you that. 877, here's our bear market low for ETH. Okay, so at least sub 900. But again, if Bitcoin breaks the lows, ETH is going to break the lows as well. So if we just look at the chart and we look on our daily chart, we can just find our demand zones, right? As a supply and demand trader, just look for the demand zones. And more oftentimes than not, price likes to go ahead and bottom out in these areas. So we have another demand level from 760 down to 690. And then below that, just this previous resistance, flip it to support here, 640. Right, so if I had to guess, somewhere between $600 to $800 on Ethereum. Anything lower than that is icing on the cake. Definitely would be a major buy. And on Cardano ADA, I love this, the way it looks right now. Right, this looks super, super good to me. It's just like Syscoin. I just showed you guys Syscoin, a 135-day basing on the bottom. It's a sleeper. How many times in crypto, right? Everybody who's been in this market for at least a little bit of time, maybe it was just the last bull market, how many times have we seen a coin just do nothing for months and months and months and months and then wake up and go parabolic? We've seen that quite a bit, all right? These are the sleepers. That's like RSR before it's up 40% this week, right? We were on that early. Cardano is no different. It's a sleeper right now, all right? So I'm watching these. These are good indicators of when the bear market is going to be over. When we see these sleepers start to break out of the top of their range. Okay, so on Cardano, that's at 60 cents. But if we go ahead and make lower lows, which I do expect, where are we going to bottom out? Well, I already have my levels drawn here in the Cardano chart. I have this one demand level at 35 to 25. So yeah, I would say probably going to hold 25 cents. Because the way Cardano always trades, Cardano, by the way, one of my favorite altcoins to trade. I've been trading it for 5 years now, right, since 2017. Cardano loves the whole round numbers, whether that's 25 cents, $1, $2, 150. Right now at 50 cents, right, 45 cents, just hovering at that 50-cent level. It loves those psychological round numbers. So for Cardano, I'm going to say 25 cents for the bottom. Speculation, of course, but that's what I see. Zach, sell install everything. Black Swan is coming. Zach, I'm glad that you brought that up today. All right, because I have that in the back of my mind, right? The 26th tomorrow. If we're going to see a Black Swan, it's going to be tomorrow, September 26th, right? Everybody who knows the pattern of the sevens, the 7-year market cycles, let's just see real quick. Black Monday. Little education for everybody. If you guys don't know what Black Monday is, so this happened in 1987. Pretty much every 7 years, a major market crash happens. So we had Black Monday, and then of course 2001, we had 9/11 when the markets opened up that Monday, major collapse. 2008 financial crisis, 7 years later, market opened up on a Monday around this time, crashed hard. 2015, the markets were closed on the end of that 7-year cycle, but now tomorrow is another end of that 7-year cycle. So if we do have a Black Swan, it's going to be tomorrow. Good point, Zach. I mean, I got cash ready to buy that dip, so we'll see. Young Cupcake saying, how will we understand when price starts to change its movement? Not sure what you mean by that question, Young Cupcake. Sam asking about Jasmy. Jasmy is not a coin I pay attention to at all. I know some YouTubers only talk about Jasmy, but that's not me. Ugly chart here, unless this is just deviation. If you're watching right now and you don't know what that term means, deviation, I'll explain it. So what deviation is when we have a range-bound environment, right? We have price oscillating between a support level and a resistance level, just oscillating, and then it breaks the range. But a deviation is basically where you go ahead and you say this is going to be a fake out. So you would go long expecting price to quickly reclaim the range, right? And then usually we break out to the other side. Call it a bear trap or a bull trap if it's the other way, right? But yeah, as it looks right now, Jasmy, either it's breaking down and it's going way lower, or this is a bear trap and now's the time to buy. Not my favorite coin at all, but that's my analysis on it. Just broke the bottom of the range. If you're bullish on Jasmy, you hope that this is just deviation, or this is headed way lower. This is making new lows right now, so not very interesting. We got Tintin. Good to see you, Tintin. Been a while. Saying, mate, what's your forecast for Juno, Evmos, and Osmosis, please? So we went over Juno already this stream. I assume you're just tuning in right now. For Juno, we have our lowest support down here at 240, right? So if we see a major crash again, 240 is what you would expect to hold, right? You want to be a buyer in demand, of course. You want to pay wholesale prices. And God forbid we lose that level, which I doubt will happen. But our 0.27 Fibonacci extension is right here, 89 or 85 cents. Okay, so if we lose the bottom, it's going to 85. Now Osmo, in terms of trading these in price action, right? The problem with these Cosmos ecosystem coins is their inflation, of course. In the beginning, which is right now, they have hyperinflation. So much new coins are constantly coming into circulation. So liquidity providers, stakers of Juno, stakers of Osmo, stakers of Atom, they're using those staking rewards. They're selling them, and they're buying other ecosystem coins. So there's just so much selling pressure on these coins in the Atom ecosystem. But looking at Osmo, it's no different. TA works, of course, on every chart. Looking at Osmo, we have one of my favorite kind of formations setting up here. I've seen this go both ways. This is a bullish chart pattern. Okay, when we have we have this ascending wedge, you can call this an ascending triangle. Ascending triangle is the more appropriate term for it. But when we have this horizontal resistance and price accumulating upwards, continuously making higher highs into a horizontal resistance level, the probability of this breaking out to the upside is higher than it breaking out to the downside. But I don't trust it, being that where we are at in terms of everything else with Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right, but this Osmo, my forecast on this, our lows are down here sub $1. I mean, I'm certainly an interested buyer sub $1 on Osmosis. But yeah, we're at a critical level. If we get rejected, we're coming back down to the lows. You know, if we break out, it could be the start of a longer term uptrend, but I'm skeptical of that breakout. And Tin also asking about Evmos. So I'm not even going to look at the Evmos chart because, again, it has such juicy, good staking rewards that so many people are staking it and they're just selling their rewards, right? When you can make over 100% staking and you can put a significant amount of money in, you're going to realize that profit quickly and you're going to turn it into cash. So Evmos, that's its problem right now. It's a short-term growing pain problem for the beginning. All the Cosmos ecosystem coins go through it because they have such high inflation in the beginning. Evmos, great project, but the high staking rewards is just too much selling pressure on the market, right? We saw it run up huge, right, from $1.40, even from 125. We saw it run up, you know, about 2x, over 2x. A lot of people start talking about it. Oh, Evmos is so great, you got to stake it. People start selling it off. It's just very high token inflation right now. Certainly a decent looking chart, and where this looks to be coming back to is this demand level over here. Like so, from $2 to $1.75. Okay, so that's our demand level. You would want that to hold, but so much inflation means a lot of selling of this, so just be careful. I like the project a lot though. Keyshawn1211 saying, hey Crypto Empire, awesome channel. Where do you see Glimmer going? Thank you for those kind words. Where do I see Glimmer going? Well, Glimmer is a coin that I actually do cover a lot here on the channel. I like Glimmer, but they definitely have their own internal problems. Not going to really get into that. Some debates among their community and their developers and stuff like that. But where do I see Glimmer going? I still have it going here from 35 to 25 cents. Okay, if you watch my Glimmer bear market shopping video, price was, I believe it was up here at like 150, and we're now here at 46. So it's going in the exact direction that I predicted it to. And still, we have this range. Again, we have another sideways range. We just show this on Jasmy, where we have the sideways range. We break down from it. This does not look like deviation. This looks like the continuation of a downtrend. All right, so where do I see Glimmer going? 35 to 25 cents. And hopefully they sort out their internal issues. In terms of the Glimmer Moonbeam ecosystem, definitely, if you guys are into Glimmer, check out BeamSwap. This is the best exchange on Glimmer, right? If you want to buy any ecosystem coins like Donnie Big Bag's project, BeamSwap is the exchange to do that on. Tintin saying, think all these are building. And what upcoming low cap gems in Cosmos? Oh, Silva Dollar right here talking about BeamSwap. Yep. Let's see. Think all these are building and what upcoming low cap gems in Cosmos? A lot is happening with Cosmos right now. I mean, the biggest thing that I'm paying attention to is Atom and Atom 2.0, right? With all the low caps, I know, Tintin, you're super, super big on only staying in the Cosmos ecosystem. I know that's your main one. But for me, right, I'm just really focused on getting my Atom bag as big as possible, right? I don't want to... It's like Atom is like ETH, right? You can go diversify in all these super low cap Ethereum tokens, possibly make a better return, but it's super high risk. It's a beta asset to Atom itself, right? I just like the main thing. But Atom, like I discussed, kind of a frightening looking chart because there's been no stop runs, right? It's just continuous grinding higher. When these support levels start to go, it's going to crash really hard because there's all these stop loss orders from longs beneath these lows, these higher lows. So when it gives, it's just going to cascade. And here on our daily chart, it is setting up for a move. Price is definitely consolidating, coiling up. Okay, so in terms of Atom or the Cosmos ecosystem, Atom is just where I'm focused. Amsterdam saying, hey Connor, you cover a lot of lower cap altcoins compared to other influencers. How do you identify those ones to follow? Good question, Amsterdam. I've been in crypto now for 5 years. I've done a lot of research, and really the main lower cap altcoins that I talk about are the ones that I have liked for a long time. Right? They're not necessarily newer ones for the most part. For the most part, I cover the low caps that I have been into for quite some time, and they're solid projects is why I cover them. Right? It's why I talk about them. Right? Because they're actually going ahead and building something of value to the world, and those are the ones that are going to succeed in the end. So your question is, how do I identify the ones to follow? Look at what they're building, right? For example, a low cap that I like a lot is Reserve Rights RSR. I mean, really, it's not even that much of a low cap. It was over 200 a lot, but now, it's pumping. So while the rest of the market's down and RSR is up, it's going to rise in market cap. But this is tackling the issue of hyperinflation in developing countries, right? They have a real world app that thousands of people are using to transact money, right? It's actually a real tangible thing. So yeah, look for ones that are building real value basically in the world, and then do further research, read their white paper, etc. See if it's legit, and you go from there, right? Let's go ahead and catch up further with this live chat. Go ahead right now and smash up that like button, by the way, guys. 128 viewers, only 59 likes. Get that up to par, 1-to-1 ratio. Smash up that like button. Schwim saying, share the stream with your crypto friends. Yeah, share that stream. Absolutely, Schwim. We got MZY Yonda saying, what are your thoughts on the Woo network? I like Woo. I do like Woo. Talking about low caps, right? I like Woo. Woo is a very solid coin. I covered this one back in December on my channel. I brought it up in live streams. I will make more videos just talking about Woo because it's a super good project. It's an exchange basically. It's the ultimate trading platform, as they put it. It's another exchange, but their token allows for basically zero fees on their exchange, and they're going for the best execution and best liquidity. It's definitely a low cap gem, Woo. And if we look at this, as we can go ahead and see on this Woo chart, so we identified this trend reversal here. We properly identified that. But instead of getting an actual trend reversal, right? When I say trend reversal, we have this inverse head and shoulders, right? So we have this super long, exaggerated downtrend from November all the way to June, right? Super long, like 8-month downtrend. The longer these trends go on, the more likely they are to flip. Okay, so we were able to identify this trend changing signal with this inverse head and shoulders. But instead of getting a trend reversal, we started to basically go ahead and oscillate to consolidate and go sideways on Woo. Okay, so this could very well be a bottom. But if we do get a black swan flash crash, it's going to come down to my lower demand at 6 to 7 cents. But here on Woo, we're oscillating now at the bottom, going sideways in a range. All right, so we want this lower support level to hold at 12 cents. If it doesn't, it's going to come to our next zone. But if it can actually go ahead and look at something like RSR Reserve Rights, right? This daily chart, this is dead. This is completely silent. It's asleep. It will come and wake up and come out of hibernation again. Right? You want to be buying when it's in hibernation. This is hibernation, all right? This is accumulation, right? Super low volume. Nobody's paying attention to this. You want to be a buyer when nobody's paying attention. This could certainly drop another 50%. I'm not saying it can't, but all I'm saying is it's near the bottom, and it's asleep. It will wake up from hibernation. And I do think that Woo will be one of those coins that, you know, pulls a 10x plus easily the next bull market. Could be in 2 years, but if you have the patience to wait, Woo, definitely a very solid lower cap project. We got Warthog Thunderbolt asking, can you look at Theta for accumulation levels? I most certainly can look at Theta. Let's go ahead and take a look at Theta. Okay, so this is one of those cryptos that is holding that $1 psychological round level. In terms of accumulation levels, certainly right now, it's at the bottom of this range, which is interesting. But if we do get that lower leg down, right, this is what I'm talking about, guys. These are the cryptos you want to be paying attention to, the ones that are just going sideways for 4 months. Theta, 136 days. Just like the rest of them. Forming, this is what you want to see, right? This is how bottoms form. They go sideways and do nothing for months and months and months and months, and eventually they start to wake up. So accumulation levels right now, certainly a good one. But of course, we could potentially break down lower. And if we do, our next level on Theta is right here at 80 cents. Okay, 80 cents is our next accumulation level on Theta. Lower than current price. But yeah, this is at the bottom of its range. Alex Bowden saying, do you think XRP can carry on pumping next week? It certainly depends if 50 cents can hold as support. Right? This thing, as I stated earlier in the stream, Alex, with XRP, this move is pure speculation. There has been no confirmation that XRP has won the lawsuit case versus the SEC. This move is speculation that they're going to win and price is going to explode if they win. It's certainly a high-risk speculative move to be buying XRP right now, okay? You should only be buying XRP right now if you believe in it long-term and if you're okay with it coming crashing back down into its range. Then you're going to have to move that XRP over from your trading portfolio into your longer-term holding portfolio. If you're okay with doing that, then certainly XRP could be a play for you. But if you're not okay, I would rather be in cash, personally, right? I would rather be in cash instead of crossing my fingers and hoping, because that's not the way. That's gambling. That's not trading properly. But yeah, very interesting. This is consolidating. It's about to coil up and break out. And again, 50 cents needs to hold, and more importantly, 45 cents needs to hold. I'm bearish on Bitcoin, I'm bearish on ETH right now, I'm bearish on the stock market this upcoming week. So if those go, probably XRP is going to come back into the range. But if Bitcoin, Ethereum holds their support, yeah, we can continue higher. We'll see. Rigoberto asking, Connor, thoughts on SHA for the next bull run? Well, Safe Haven is one of those low caps that, you know, I've known about since the 2017-2018 bull market. This is basically for inheritances. It's asset transfer on the blockchain. There's really no solution for it. You know, this is one of those ones where it can surprise a lot of people. Thoughts on SHA for the next bull run? I still like it, Rigoberto. I still like it. You know, it's such a low cap. It got beaten super hard. But look at this weekly chart. All right? This weekly chart is screaming bottom or close to it. Around 3 months, just going sideways here at 0.008 cents. Okay, so these are at all-time low levels. By the way, INJ, I have it open here. I like INJ in terms of lower cap Cosmos ecosystem coins. We had Tintin asking about that earlier. I like INJ as a lower cap Cosmos ecosystem coin. Now, if we look at Safe Haven SHA, it is still up 727% from its all-time lows from that crash in March 2020. But yeah, I still like this one for the next bull market, Rigoberto. It's such a low market cap. Market cap is less than $5 million. You know, when things flip bullish, By the way, this is on the VeChain blockchain too, which is enticing. But yeah, I still like Safe Haven. Trader Gang asking, do you use the Wyckoff method? No, I don't use Wyckoff. Rigoberto, we answered that one. Amsterdam, thoughts on ILV? Not my favorite gaming coin. Not my favorite gaming coin at all. This thing is tokenomics, completely ruined it. Just completely ruined it, right? Look at our market cap, it's $69 million. But our fully diluted is $564 million. The tokenomics just completely screwed it. Right? There's still so much tokens ready to be into supply. Not my favorite gaming coin at all. If we're going to talk about gaming coins, we got Gala and we got UOS Ultra. Right? I would only be focused on these for the gaming coins. Right? If we look at Ultra UOS, its market cap is $103 million, but its fully diluted is 381. Right? That's way different than 50 million to 450. Right, we're talking around 1/3 of the fully diluted, 1/4, much better. But UOS and Gala are some of my top gaming coins. Tintin saying thanks for update, no problem. Tintin, good to see you, my man. Trader Gang, Bitcoin is testing. Let's see what's happening with Bitcoin. Is it doing anything interesting? No, it's not. Let's get this log scale off. So Bitcoin right now, guys, it's such low volume. This is going to pick up. We have 4 hours now into our weekly candle close. I'm going to end this stream, and then we have a few more hours till the close. So it's going to pick up tonight, right? We're going to get a big move tonight. My guess is down. But again, I'm flat. I'm not playing the move, because it's like flipping a coin. No edge right now. It's in no man's land. But the way everything is looking, direction is down. Matt Waters, loving the TA, man. Very level-headed, rare in the space. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. And Matt is asking to look at Render, RNDR. So Render, still up relatively nicely from its June lows. It's still up 70%. And it looks like we're holding the 78.6. Not quite. Not quite. We lost the golden pocket. Okay. On RNDR. This looks like it's going to come down here and test our 78.6 and our 88.6 at 34 to 40 cents. All right, just looking at this chart, definitely looks like it wants to come down here. And that could be a possible double bottom. All right, if we look at this chart, this fractal is perfect. Right, when it looks like this. Strong move down, move up higher, double top, test the bottom, and then usually we come right to the 88.6. And it is really funny, every time I draw the fractal, I always manage to stop right at the 88.6 of the move. But yeah, this is the fractal that I'm seeing here on Render. We can get into harmonics and harmonics trading, but just to not complicate it, we're not going to open up that can of worms. But yeah, it looks like it's want to come down to our 88.6 down here at 34 cents, Matt. Alex Bonin saying, just found your channel. Awesome, just subscribe. Please share your thoughts on XRP in the short term, next 3 to 4 weeks. Alex, I appreciate your support. Welcome here to Crypto Empire. Thoughts on XRP in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Well, our daily is certainly promising. Our daily is promising because, first of all, we broke out of the top of the range, right? So that's very good. On our weekly chart, we broke our weekly downtrend. We broke out of our basing pattern of 4 months from this bear market. Okay, so our weekly is very enticing. Also on our Bitcoin pair, We got to go back to a log scale chart. On our Bitcoin pair, if we want to kind of adjust these lines a little bit. Depending on how you draw this, we'll keep it on how it is. But anyway, on our Bitcoin pair, there's still a little bit of room to run to this upper trend line. And like I said in my XRP video yesterday, in terms of its Bitcoin pair, 4,000 Satoshis is kind of what I'm looking at. Now, let's go ahead and let's pull up. We're right at our 200 weekly EMA. All right, the 200 moving average and EMA, those are always kind of huge indicators of a trend flip, a trend reversal. All right, so here on XRP, as you can see, every time we've tested this 200 EMA on the weekly, we have been rejected, okay, more recently. When price actually manages to break out above the 200, it goes parabolic, right? And then as you can see, when it tested it as support, had another big bounce, came back, but it flipped into resistance here back in April of 2019. This is the weekly chart. We're looking at a very zoomed out time horizon. Each test in the previous bull market, each pump we had, went right to that 200 EMA, all right? So here if XRP actually manages to flip this EMA into support again, then we're talking, the run that all the XRP army has been waiting for. If it can flip this 200 EMA into support, if it gets rejected again, it's coming right back down to where it started over here at 1,500 sats. Okay, so my thoughts on XRP over the next 3 to 4 weeks, it certainly depends what happens right here with our 200 weekly EMA. Again, if it flips it into support, you're going to get that bull run that you've been talking about, or I just not just say you, but the entire XRP army has been talking about for a very long time. It's all right here, this 200 weekly EMA. Matthew saying, hey brother, awesome take on TA. Wondering what you see for Filecoin. Skinnick saying XRP going to the moon soon. Yeah, if it flips this 200 EMA, I agree, right? But if it gets rejected, it's coming right back down. This is the turning point right here for XRP. If it flips this, it's going to be parabolic. No doubt about it. What did we just get asked about? Chat is really popping today, guys. Appreciate everybody in the live stream right now. If you guys are enjoying it, be sure to let me know by smashing up that like button down below. So Filecoin. What do I think about Filecoin? Well, I just pulled up our weekly price chart. And our weekly price chart is, at the lowest support level on the entire chart here. At $4.80 is the low, currently trading at $5.82. So yeah, this is pretty boring. It's another one of those cryptocurrencies in hibernation, right? And the ones in hibernation are, the ones that you should be paying attention to, because when they wake up, they don't wait for you to get on board, right? They just go. So if you like Filecoin, you believe in its fundamentals, well, you want to be a buyer when it's in hibernation. Okay, so yeah. What do I think about it? It's forming a bottom, right? It's too soon to call the exact bottom right now because I am expecting another leg down lower. And I've already had my level on Filecoin if we do get that lower leg down at 340. Okay, if we break this range and head down to our next support, it's $3.40 on Filecoin. But certainly encouraging that it is holding its support level right now. So that's File. All right, we got to do some rapid take technical analysis. We got a ton of requests. Let's look at Harmony 1, then we'll look at VeChain. And real quick, just talking about Cosmos ecosystem again, this just popped into my mind right now. I'm still very bullish on Fetch AI FET. All right, I'm still very bullish on this one. But if we're talking about low cap Cosmos ecosystem coins, FET, definitely one of my top picks. Now Harmony 1. Harmony 1 is an interesting one because I paid a lot of attention to Harmony 1 during the last bull run. Of course, Harmony 1 performed amazing in price, right? I think it'll probably come back down sub 1 cent again because that's where it started at the last bull run, right? And it went 100x, did extremely well. But one thing that concerned me with Harmony was on the Explorer. This thing had the look at our transactions and our active wallets. Nobody's using this one anymore, really. I'm not sure if they were inflating the numbers during that last bull market, but in terms of transactions and active wallets, it was like number one in terms of all the layer 1 blockchains. Now it's just fallen off of a cliff. So that does concern me about Harmony. Everything on the blockchain in terms of its metrics is just a steep downtrend. All right, so that's a little bit concerning on Harmony. It looks like in terms of our TA, we're right here at 88.6. We are right here at 88.6. So if we're going to see any reversal, it's going to be now. Okay, if we're going to double bottom, it's going to be here. But as I just said, I don't think it's going to hold as a double bottom. You know, with the way this is looking, unless it just makes a sudden comeback out of nowhere, probably going to be marching down to lower lows. So again, if we go to our weekly chart, this thing has a ton of history below 1 cent in price. This thing was, you know, one of those, it was like Matic, right? Matic was first to go, but Harmony was next. And yeah, it went 140x approximately, 160x. So yeah, I mean, it was a huge winner last bull market. Can certainly be a big winner again, but just the metrics are a little bit concerning. So yeah, I would expect this to come in and create some lower lows and test these levels sub 1 cent. .008 is definitely an interesting level here in the chart. Yeah, Harmony probably coming back down to 1 cent. And then the other one, VeChain VET. So I was looking at VET. I was also looking at VET on as a Bitcoin pair. Okay, so I clearly have a very obvious level of resistance on VeChain over here at 3.3 cents. All right, every time 3.3 cents has been tested, we just get a big sell-off, okay? So major resistance here on our chart. And this is just another zone, another oscillation consolidation. Price just oscillating up and down between 2 cents and 3.3 cents on VET. This is a beautiful bottoming basing pattern again, just like some of the other ones I've shown in this stream. 135 days going sideways. Interesting hibernation. Okay, what happens after hibernation? Parabolas. But with that being said, we can also see this go ahead and make another move lower. VeChain. VeChain, one of those coins that it's just like, you know it's going to do well, right? You know it's going to do very well in a bull market. Has not failed anybody since its inception, really. And if we're going to be talking about price levels here, we can go ahead and see that we have a major demand zone at 1 cent to 0.008. Okay, and just another lesson on trend lines. Notice this trend line break here, over here in November of 2021, right? Watch my trend line video on my channel if you're not familiar with how to draw trend lines, how they work. But on the higher time frames, trend lines are such a good indicator of a trend reversal, of a trend flip. When price broke this trend line, going back to the start of the bull run, the absolute bottom of the market in March of 2020, all I did was connect the lows. In the bull market, every time we touch the trend line, we explode. But here in November, we broke it, and from then it's just been down only. Okay, so these trend lines are extremely powerful and they are a great signal to identify when the trend is flipping on the macro scale. So here on VET, we can certainly draw some trend lines to see when they would, when the market would go ahead and flip to a bull trend again. So we have that one. We can draw multiple because that one isn't my favorite. Just clear this up a little bit. So those lines. I prefer a clean chart. But anyway, we can draw another one on VeChain like this. Okay, and this is going to come into play sooner. And even still, this is going back to the November all-time high. This one over here is April, right? That was the first kind of peak of the market when Bitcoin hit $64,000 in the spring of 2021. I like this trend line starting from the November high, which was the absolute peak of the market. And as you can see, we're not too far away from that. When this line breaks on VeChain, you want to be in now before the break. Okay, we're below it. It certainly looks like if it wants to start, poking its head out higher, it could go for a run. It could hold this support as well at 2.2 cents. So yeah, this looks like super good in terms of a dollar cost average for the longer term. But we're very far away, I think, from that next bull market. So I wouldn't go all in. We'll leave the hole here and we'll see if the hole gets filled. But that's my macro analysis on VET. We just got a €2 super chat. Thank you, Vinos Gyros. I appreciate that. He's saying, can you give TA on Kyber Network? Which price is low and high? I appreciate that $2 super chat. Vinos. Let's look at Kyber Network KNC. Over here on our watch list. So KNC, we were looking at this last week on the stream actually when this sell-off happened. This sell-off right here, we're on a daily price chart. When this sell-off happened, what happened was a Kyber Network whale unstaked a lot of tokens and just sold them on the open market. That's what caused this sell-off. It was not, a rug pull or anything like that from my understanding. But now price is back down at its bear market lows, okay? This was performing very well. Remember when I pulled up the Cosmos Atom chart and I said I was a little bit concerned because there was no stop loss hunts, right? Price was just slowly grinding higher, higher, higher. This is kind of what I see Atom doing based off of the TA, what it looks like on the chart. So we'll see if that prediction does come true. Just to give you the picture very quick, we'll hop right back to KNC. But just to give you that picture again on Atom. Right, just the slow grind up. So we'll see if it pulls a KNC and breaks that trend line lower. And this is the cascade I was talking about. In terms of its low prices, look, it's at its bear market lows right now, really. Below current price, we have 85 cents. Mr. Sellers Homes with a $2 super chat saying, just got an accepted offer, time to buy the effing dip. Congratulations, Mr. Sellers Homes. I'm really happy to hear that. Thank you so much for that super chat, for your support. All right, congratulations on that accepted offer. That's big, very happy and proud of you, my man. So KNC lower, we have 85 cents, okay? That's our next lower support level. Below our current level at $1.18. Of course, $1, a psychological round number, is going to be an area of interest as well, okay? And we have, it makes sense. $1 is definitely an area of interest on the chart. Okay, so below current price, we have $1.85. If this support can manage to hold, well then 180 where we were is the obvious level. This is an inefficiency, okay, and this is a supply zone. Price likes to fill these inefficiencies. And again, an odds enhancer for a supply and demand zone is a very strong move away from the level. Okay, what do we have here? We have a very strong move away. So if this can manage to hold as support, you expect the inefficiency to get filled and you expect price to head right back up here towards $2. And then we're right back where we started and we go from there. We look at everything else happening in the market. What is Bitcoin doing? What is ETH doing? What's the dollar doing? Etc., etc., etc. All right, but that's KNC. Thank you for that super chat. We got Ghost saying, let's all take a second to appreciate Connor's dedication. Hasn't missed a single comment all stream and has reviewed every alt asked of him. You are the man, Connor. Thank you, Ghost. I really appreciate that. I mean, listen, we have a ton of requests this stream, so yeah, a lot to kind of catch up on right here. ICX, Immutable X. Or no, Icon, sorry. So if we look at Icon, let's just clear this out. So if we look at ICX, pretty ugly looking chart. Not doing too hot. Let's go to the weekly. This is not a coin that I track regularly at all. Okay, so if we look at this, an obvious, very steep downtrend. All right, that's the first thing that we see. And we also see this horizontal support level holding at 23 cents. I want to go to a daily price chart and see if we can see anything different over here. Yeah, listen, this is one of those layer one altcoins that was super popular in 2017 and it never really came back. But again, you know, we have this long kind of drawn out bottom. If I pull the measurement, it's going to be 135 days like the rest of them. Right, from May over here, if we look. 135, 136 days, just like the rest of them. All these charts look very similar. Right, this is what we like to see. We like to see a long basing towards the bottom. We know our trend reversal is going to come at this trend line break. But with that being said, the way the market is right now, you know, being that I do expect everything to head lower, I would expect price to go and break this support level and head down here to our next level at 18. Just looking at this from the higher term time frames and doing some objective analysis on it. Didic asking about Gala Games. Gala is another one in hibernation. Seriously, kind of strong, extremely steep downtrend here on Gala. Okay, and with Gala on our daily, on our 3-day, this does not look good. Why does it not look good? Well, if we look over here from when it was listed on Binance, we have this demand level. Okay, this is a rally-based rally demand zone. Quickly throw it up on the chart. Now over here, again, unless this is just deviation, then it's fine. But if this is the continuation of the downtrend, you know, it's going to go for the next impulse wave lower, okay? As you can see here, we've lost support. It's now using previous support here at 4.4 cents as new resistance. That's bearish. That is very, very bearish, okay? So if this resistance holds, we march down and we make lower lows. Where could we possibly go? Well, for that, we can pull a fib and look at our 0.27 extension. And that's going to be at 3.6 cents on Gala, okay? So this is what I would expect, 3.6. And we did just get a $4.99 super chat from Dave. Thank you for that $5 super chat. You are awesome, Dave. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. But that's Gala Didic Diablo. Hope that helps you out. Steve K asking, Cosmos or Polkadot? If you had to pick one, which would it be? As it stands right now, in terms of kind of community usability, impact on the overall crypto market, who is building? It's Cosmos. Okay, Cosmos is definitely much more usable than Polkadot. Polkadot is still super early, right? The wallet, the Polkadot JS wallet, I haven't looked at it in a while, but it's just a little bit slower to be developed. As it stands right now, Cosmos Atom is on track to sit in that top 10, just as Polkadot, or Polkadot's number 11, right? But Cosmos Atom is certainly a top contender to be in this top 10 of crypto market cap and really stay there. So is Polkadot, but Atom has really proved itself to be, in a league of its own recently. So Atom right now over Polkadot. Thoughts on Nervos Network? I've never heard of Nervos Network. Can't give any thoughts on that. Let's see. Dre is saying, a buddy advised making a prediction here. I bet Atom price dumps a bit after the 26th at Cosmoverse. Certainly, Dre. That's another buy the rumor, sell the news event. So I agree with your buddy there. Dre saying Juno will maybe go down a little with it, but by the end of October, Juno will see a much larger dump post-halving once the APY from staking drops, and it's not nearly as nice to stake and collect the reward. Yes, exactly, Dre. So just as I was talking about earlier with the Cosmos ecosystem coins, it was Tintin who asked me about some of the projects there, Evmos, Osmosis. All of these projects are so solid, but their inflation is so high. So people are staking, people are providing liquidity, and it's just so much selling pressure because they're going to sell their rewards into cash. All right, and Juno is no different. So yes, it's not good that the inflation rewards are so high here in the short term. Over time, it will be all distributed and will be okay. But here in the short term, yeah. We got Sniff with us saying, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to F wit. Shout out to Sniff. Good to see you here in the live stream, Sniff. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Rigoberto saying, VRA is sleeping, but they are still building and will have another great run. I agree, Rigoberto. I do like VRA as well. And he's talking about ZIL with that run from 3 cents to 20 cents. Yeah, that was an explosion for sure. Elena asking for Helium HNT. So HNT here was sliding off of a cliff. HNT was sliding off of a cliff here. If we look at this, the velocity of its fall, when you see something falling with such velocity, it cannot last forever, right? This is what we call a parabolic move, but to the downside. And it did bounce, around 2 weeks ago, September 6th. Yeah, we won't touch that. But I do believe we just got a super chat from Dre. Big shout out to All Day Dre for a $4.99 super chat saying, we coming up on general wealth buying opportunities. Thanks for all you continue to do for the empire. Thank you for that $4.99 super chat, Dre. I greatly appreciate your support, my friend. Much appreciated. Thank you. And we have some people asking about XRP. I already covered XRP multiple times this stream. I suggest you go ahead and rewind, but just to make it a little more simple for you, on its Bitcoin pair is what I'm really tracking at this 200 weekly EMA. If it flips this, it's going to go parabolic, bigger than you've ever seen before. If it gets rejected, right back to where it started, very simply put. But thank you for that $4.99 super chat, Dre. I really appreciate it. Ghost Connor, when do we get a sneak peek at that new studio? In around a week or so, you'll see me recording in it. It's under construction right now, but it's epic. Can't wait for it. Ahadma asking about SYS and Kadena. We already covered SYS, but we can certainly look at Kadena. So KDA, a very solid layer 1, right? KDA is the people who like Kadena are anticipating it to be one of the best coins in the next bull run. Me, I'm kind of indifferent on it because it doesn't really have It's still building. It's still very early. It's very speculative still. But if we look at where we're at in the chart, this is a little bit worrisome. Carnage Champion saying, sorry guys, I need to go to bed. Got a lot of work to do tomorrow. Take care. Carnage, thank you for your support this live stream. Sleep well, my friend. I'll see you very soon. Now, Kadena, we can see right here, is not looking too great with its candles right now. Reason being, before you can see all the candle body closes were above $1.46. Now we're getting candles closing below $1.46. It looks like we're losing the support level. If we go to our weekly, our weekly candle right now does not look good, right? It certainly looks like the support level is holding on by a thread. If we lose this support level, you can see I have, no, not on this chart, I don't. So this has been in hibernation again for 136 days, just like the rest of them. Yep, 136 days. But it's losing its support level. All these charts look extremely similar to one another. If you've been watching me this entire stream, you've probably noticed that a ton of these charts look the same pretty much. Long 136-day bottom basing, okay? But Kadena looks like it's about to lose it. Broke through support, retested, denied. So if it does actually end up losing this wick, I have my next level at 103. And the problem with KDA, we gotta go to Qcoin. We can get more data on it. Okay, here on KDA, on our Qcoin chart, we have some more data to the left. And again, looks the same. These candle closes are very bearish. Very bearish price action we're seeing. Now, if we look at KDA, 110 is certainly an area of interest. 112, 110, and $1. $1.10 and $1 are our next levels for Kadena when we lose this 140 level. And again, price action is telling us that the level is going to be lost. Matt Waters saying, thanks for answering my request on render. Do you ever look at RSI for your trade setups? I do look at RSI only when I see divergence playing out. All right, so for example, if we look at KDA right now, this could be some divergence. Right? We have price making lower lows. So on the RSI, we want to see price make higher lows. So if we look at our daily RSI, and we get rid of this moving average because it's not necessary. So we want to see the RSI make higher lows while price is making lower lows. And it's not really, maybe very, very slightly. Nah, not really. It's pretty much even lows. Okay, this is the only time when I'll use RSI is when I look for divergence, when I trade that particular edge. But yeah, you want to see RSI making higher lows. It's making equal lows, showing it's still relatively weak. Basically, when price is creeping lower, but relative strength is increasing, you would expect price to start to rally from it. But when relative strength is not increasing and price is making lower lows, that's super bearish. Okay, so not too good looking there for Kadena's RSI. Lena asking about AVAX, Sandbox. I think Sand was one of my one of my earlier requests in the live stream. So let's go ahead and take a look at it right now. So Sand is basically the Bitcoin of the metaverse gaming coins, right? Sand is the leading indicator for all of them. So when Sandbox does well, all the gaming coins do well. When Sandbox does bad, all the gaming coins do bad. All right, so it's like Bitcoin for the altcoins for the rest of the market. Sandbox is kind of like the main one. Now, if we look at this chart, we are at the bottom of the bear market so far, right? This certainly was a bit overvalued. During this last bull run. You know, price went to 850. The market cap was way overvalued for what it was. So this was due for the crash it's had. And as it does stand, possible double bottom, but this is just like everything else. At the 88.6, right at the 88.6. So if it loses this level, and it certainly looks like it wants to lose this level, it's going to break this low at 73 cents. And if it does break the low at 73 cents, you're probably asking, Connor, where's it going to go next? Well, we can just look at the chart and figure that out. It's going to go to 59.60 cents next. Okay, so this is where sand is headed next. And out of curiosity, let's go ahead and just pull a really long-term fib. Like so. And lost the 88.6. Yeah, so this is coming down to 60 cents probably. Same box. And then AVAX, let's go ahead and take a look at AVAX. Let's see. Amadi, we already looked at Phantom and Woo in the stream. Yeah, Ghost said that. Yeah, we looked at that earlier. Both of those coins. Avalanche. So certainly an interesting one. Reason that is I've been tracking AVAX a lot recently. Last week, so this could be a deviation basically. We were in this range from August to September. We went ahead and we broke the bottom of the range. The price is now retesting that range bottom at $17.84. Okay, $7.85. Now, as it stands right now, with this low volume selling the retest, right, it certainly looks like it wants to poke its head back into this previous range. AVAX looks very similar to the Ethereum chart. Right, if we just look at ETH very quickly, just to show you the picture. Right, notice how it's holding, ETH holding these previous tops as support. AVAX is doing the same exact thing right now. Right, AVAX holding these previous tops. We actually lost the tops, but it's holding this as support right now. Okay. Now, if it loses it, I expect ETH, I expect Bitcoin to break down. If it loses it, it's going to come back down here to the lows at 13.14, and then past that, of course. I mean, AVAX, if you guys recall, spent so much time at $3 over here. We'll see if we get this again. This was of course before the start of the or at the start of the last bull market. But lower than that, we also have this $11 line here in gray on my chart. So below current price, certainly $11 is our next level of interest on AVAX if these current levels don't actually hold here on the higher term time frames. On our lower term time frames, I will show you this trend line, okay? If this can break, we could see a little short-term pump. And like I stated earlier with my Bitcoin TA at the beginning of this stream, right? Bitcoin here, it's the same trend line. It's the same thing that I just showed you on AVAX. If Bitcoin can break this, highest it goes, in my opinion, is going to be up here at 20,500 to 21K. Highest it goes. All right, before that next move down. So that means on AVAX, highest we go would be right here at $21, 21 to 22 on AVAX. Highest we go before that next move down. So I'm a shorter. Basically what I'm saying is I would look to short AVAX at around $21.50, very simply put. So I'm just catching up on some of these chats from earlier. Juan Ravella asking, do you know about Ocean Protocol? Yes, I'm very familiar with Ocean Protocol. It's a coin that I have known about for multiple years. It's a Web3 data coin, has some ties to the WEF, stuff like that, so it's interesting. Definitely an interesting project. I expected it to do better. Last bull market, but it didn't do very well. Yazar asking about Casper. So Casper is still in hibernation. If we look at our daily price chart, certainly still in hibernation. Same song and dance, 135 days down here, 136 days at the bottom. Okay, so holding right now 2 cents as its lows. Like, these are its all-time low levels on Casper. So I still hold a very large bag of this and I stake it. So of course I want to see it do well. But objectively speaking, with such a low cap in this bear market, if we see another move down, we're going to see this go ahead and make lower lows. Where may it go? 1.7 cents. If these lows break, it's going to 1.7 cents, Casper. We got Sniff delivering some esoteric knowledge here in the live chat. Always love your take on things, Sniff, and your esoteric knowledge. Let's see, Joel saying, appreciate you, Connor. Thanks for the insights and positivity. Always, Joel, I appreciate your support, my friend. Thanks for being here for this live stream, taking some time out of your Sunday to join me today. Rohit saying, why do you think on new moon strategy it's new moon today? Or what do you think on new moon strategy it's new moon today? So with the whole kind of new moon thing, and I know some people like to trade based off astrology, stuff like that. It's interesting because this weekend, it's also like the, what do they call it? The solstice, like the fall solstice. So there's a lot of interesting stuff happening. And yeah, around these times is when we see large volatile moves coming into the market. Now, personally, I don't really track that kind of stuff. I just look at the charts. Charts are telling us right now we're seriously compressing. And when we have this compression, it leads to expansion. So we're going to get a big move. And it's lining up coincidentally right now with the new moon or whatever it's called, right? So, yeah, it certainly has a degree of kind of credibility to it, because every single time we have those, we have that compression leading up to a big event, and usually we do get a big move around these dates. And also, there's also the Gann analysis. It's like over 100 years old. September 23rd is the Gann analysis date. And, that's right around this time. And this was developed hundreds of years ago. So, of course, the exact dates are not going to be perfect. But I'm expecting a very big move, most likely tomorrow. And SRC asking up or down. I'm saying down for my move. Anyway, Quant TA. We covered Quant earlier. We're in the supply zone at 125. So, also a long-term trend line on Quant. Okay, so this is a major resistance level. If it flips, we're going for a ride. If it does flip, we're going for a ride. But if I was a betting man, I'd say we don't flip just yet. Labradoodle saying evidently a lot of unrest. Interesting. Good to see you, Labradoodle. He is saying, hey, Connor, any comment on the news from China? I haven't heard, Labradoodle. Don't know what is happening with the news from China. Some major events. They're shutting everything down. Okay. They're canceling all their flights. I haven't heard anything about this. But it does not look good, okay? And this lines up with all the dates that I've been talking about. So, yeah, we could see a major crash tomorrow, guys. We'll see. We'll see. It certainly looks like it's kind of lining up for it. We'll see. Let's see what else is going on today. Moby asking, you're bullish on Gala long term. What do you think about Sand? I like I like Gala over Sand. Sand is kind of like the Bitcoin of gaming. It's going to give you decent returns, but you'll get way better returns with your smaller cap altcoins. INJ, let's look at Injective. INJ. So INJ on the daily here, above mid-range. Mid-range is here at $1.65, currently trading at $1.87. So we're at our upper resistance of our range. As you can see, not a lot of candle closures up here. We mostly get rejected on INJ. But it's having a strong day on volume right now. Right, scalpers taking their profits here. I'm not sure who's trading this coin, really. This would not be the first choice for me to go ahead and trade. But what are we doing, guys? We're oscillating. Right, this is just like everything else. It's certainly interesting how INJ is stronger right now than a lot of the other coins. A lot of the other altcoins are at their bottom, looking like they're about to fall off of a cliff. INJ is certainly stronger than a lot of coins right now, being that it's above mid-range, but it's still in a range, okay? It's still in this range. So until it breaks the range on either side, nothing's going to happen. It's going to stay in the range, of course. But we have a long ways to go still. In this bear market, and the way things are looking, if they want to crash, you know, this can easily come to the bottom of the range, which is 37% away in a jiffy. Right, if we actually get the crash, right, we got some unrest happening overseas, then you know everything's gonna come down to its lower support levels and possibly create new lows. So we can see this thing go down to possibly 80 cents. But that's INJ. Michael saying, don't bank on the new mood with the end of the Shemitah. We'll see. I agree. Don't bank on it for sure. But it could happen. Certainly a lot of kind of like too much fear. It's too much fear for me. I try not to pay attention to that kind of stuff. But it is interesting. Right? There's a part of me that does find it very interesting. The cycles and stuff like that. But I agree. Definitely do not bank on it. Algo, if we look at Algo, up here at 40 cents, broke out of its range. This thing's coming alive. This is forming a continuation pattern. Looks similar to XRP. Right, when we have a big leg up in consolidation like this, probability speaking, we're going to continue in the direction of the trend. This is a bullish pennant. And our measured move would take it right here to 47 cents on Algo. Okay, but with that being said, we are at the upper end of its range. This is also going off of speculation because of XRP, right in that same camp of coins. So Algo, right, we looked at XRP a lot. If XRP can flip that level in terms of its 200 weekly moving average, it's going to go parabolic. Algo will follow suit. Right, this is riding the coattails of XRP right now. Will the Fed raise basis points again at the next meeting? I think so. I think they're going to be raising basis points well into 2023. So if they were to raise it by 100 basis points at that last meeting last week, well, then maybe they could have slowed it down and pivoted sooner. But the fact that they just raised another 75 basis points tells me that they're going to be raising interest rates into 2023, which is why I'm saying really not until in 2024, when we have our next Bitcoin halving, would I expect things to really turn and we get a really flourishing bull market again. All right, guys, with that being said, though, we're going to look at one more coin. We're going to look at Kusama, and then we're going to go ahead and start wrapping this stream up. So KSM is weaker than a lot of other altcoins, right? We looked at INJ, it's at the top of its range. Up here, KSM at the bottom, right? Looking super weak. If we go to our weekly, looks like we could possibly have some bullish divergence. We might as well check it out on our RSI. Not really, nothing happening here, right? We would want to see the RSI make higher lows from here, and it's just really equal. It's not moving up or down, so nothing happening there, which means that you'd expect it to just continue in the trend that it's trading in. The trend is obviously down, okay, and it did lose its wick down here, and it retested. Okay, so KSM looks very weak. Looks very weak. Headed down here to 35 cents next. And if we look at our chart and go to the left, 32 is also interesting. 32 to 30. Call it $30 to $35 next for KSM. And again, with where this thing has been, $625. Great project. Polkadot obviously is more enticing because it's the main network. Kusama is the secondary canary network. So yeah, but it looks super weak right now. That's KSM. But anyway, guys, this was an awesome live stream. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys are interested in learning more about Crypto Empire, head on over to my official website, cryptoempireco.io. If you want to learn how to trade, if you want to learn everything that I know about technical analysis, get the trading course, all right? Will not let you down. And you do get 2 free months access to the Discord group if you do enroll in the trading course. But really, if you want to be an inner member of the Crypto Empire community, get yourself in the premium Discord group, all right? And, of course, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, I also have a free Telegram group. Hit the link down in the description below to join that free Telegram group. This was an awesome stream. Thank you all for your support. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed presenting to you today. I will be here, of course, next Sunday. I'm here every single Sunday live. I also make regular videos during the week. All right, so if you do enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button down below and turn on all the notifications so that you don't miss any future videos. Thank you for the support today. Awesome stream. I'll see you all very soon. Connor from Crypto